Now, I'm not straight up gonna say AEW Fight Forever will definitely be better than 2K23. I think both games are and will be considered great in their own ways when it's all said and done. And I'm not even necessarily comparing both games because they are, as I previously stated, two entirely different games. However, with that being said, Fight Forever has revealed so far that they are doing a few things better than 2K23. And this game even does some things that the WWE 2K series has never done. For example, a couple days ago, we got to see this leaked in-game clip of a brand new match type, of which Ty Mello posted and then quickly deleted. We can kind of assume that she dropped it before the embargo was lifted, which is why she had to get that out of there. But it does indeed feature the barbed wire death match in Fight Forever, so take a look.
Move! I don't know.
Get the no!
Dude, I always win.
My God. Wow. Wow.
Look at the blood. Love it.
Wow. That looks sick.
First of all, this match type looks absolutely insane. The ring is absolutely caked with barbed wire. There's even a barbed wire table in the corner over there. And something else to note about this clip is that Ty Mello's bleeding. Women can bleed in this game. As you can see in the clip, Ty Mello is looking like John Moxley on an average day. I also love the ending sequence in this match. It's so fluid how Sammy Guevara hits the shooting star, and then as he is about to win, Ty counters with a cradle for the win. Now, one very small point that I do want to make before we move on to the next thing is that kicking out in AEW Fight Forever seems like it's gonna take some getting used to. Like, it actually seems like a bit of a challenge after a long match to kick out. I think I'm about to develop stage 9 arthritis after playing this game for 3 days and going,
look at my hand. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Look at that. I can't stop it. I can't control.
One thing I noticed in the Fight Forever menus is that there is a challenge for winning online matches, but not just any online matches, ranked online matches. And I've kind of touched on this in the last couple of videos, but it's definitely going to go ahead and add that extra competitive layer to this game. Because I mean, hell, we've already known and we've already discussed at how difficult the normal difficulty is and even the easy difficulty according to Chris Denko. I mean, this is going to be quite intense to play online ranked, but I'm kind of weirdly excited. You know who I am really excited to play this game with and even see videos from in this game? Is this man right here, Small Afro 2K, the king of WWE 2K Online. And I can say that because I played with the guy not too long ago. He's quite legit. Bro has been waiting for a day like this. Guy like me personally, I'm going for that super elite division. And I know what some of you might be saying. Well,
Deonte, what if the servers suck?
Well, hopefully they thought ahead about this. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully it's based on your individual connection rather than the servers. But it's just an idea. I don't know. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Another thing that this game does, which 2K doesn't do, is have a career mode with in-game superstars as the playable characters. As many of you will of course know, in Fight Forever's Road to Elite mode, you can go ahead and play through that entire career mode with any AEW star in the game. And as we previously discussed, there are various options in Fight Forever that will tailor how things go in your career. Whether it be how much you win, how much you lose, how many titles you win, who you want to pair up with. We even saw a brief hint at the branching options in the IGN video where we see John Silver and Andrade teaming up. We also saw a cutscene of them at the airport and the different things that can happen as a result of that. And additionally, if you want to play as your core in Road to Elite, then you can go ahead and do that as well. I mean, you can even pick out your dietary preferences, you can work out, you can go out, you can... You know, you can do a bunch of things. You've seen the video. Speaking of Road to Elite though, something that we did go ahead and discover a couple days ago that is going to be a really cool aspect of this game is, of course, the skill called guardrail diving offense. Yes, that's right. In AEW Fight Forever, you can go ahead and dive off the barricade to make for some pretty insane spots, we would assume. And I mean, either way, you may not be trying to do stupid spots like that, but I will. Another thing that 2K most certainly doesn't do and will never be able to do for obvious reasons, and one thing that for sure makes AEW Fight Forever a better game. Let's go ahead and talk about this man right here, the King of Hearts. Owen Hart makes his return to wrestling games in AEW Fight Forever for the first time in a very long time. We got to see this first look at his entrance yesterday and also a bunch of gameplay with him in Road to Elite. Hey JR, what do you think about Owen Hart being in Fight Forever?
I think it's fucking great.
Me too, mate. Me too.
Also subscribe to DDJ.
Another thing that AEW Fight Forever has shown that I absolutely love is the chain wrestling system. For as much as this game is marketed as an arcade style game, its chain wrestling sure is simulation-y, but that's definitely not a bad thing, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I mean, every piece of gameplay I've seen of the chain wrestling actually looks so much more in-depth than it has any right to be, and it looks like it'll set up for some pretty interesting match opening. Even the simple animation, as you can see here, of the test of strength in Fight Forever is a massive W. But another massive W that we did see in Fight Forever's item shop is the fact that this game is going to have different turnbuckle types. And that is, of course, when it comes to create an arena. I mean, it's a very small but huge feature because 2K's never done that before, and it's really going to help, you know, especially if down the line they introduce some type of community creations type feature, or, I mean, even regardless, it's going to benefit people who are making arenas and want to make different kinds of things like New Japan or ROH, and it's just a great feature to have in the game. And now, let's go ahead and revisit my favorite old thing, the item shop in AEW Fight Forever. I feel like eventually I'm going to bring this up so many times, people are going to be like, is this the new SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 joke? No. I understand I bring it up a lot because it's my favorite wrestling game of all time, but I can go one video without making a reference to... It doesn't count. I can't say it enough, but I'll die on the hill of saying that this is going to be a great feature if they execute on it effectively, which seemingly they will, with Owen Hart, Britt Baker, and Young Bucks skin variants already being revealed. The idea of having an item shop where we could see different models, which, I mean, we already have seen different models with the Young Bucks. We can see different attires, throwback attires potentially in the future, which would be a great idea, especially considering the lineage of wrestlers that are in AEW. I mean, there's so many legendary wrestlers there that could quite easily have alternate attires or throwbacks to different eras. There's a moves tab, which at the moment seemingly only has kind of taunts in it or whatever, but I mean, if it was just going to be taunts, it would be called the taunts tab. I'm pretty sure they're going to add moves in there eventually. There's an entrances tab, which initially is just going to unlock a bunch of like core entrances and stuff for you, but again, that is a very promising thing to see in the item shop. I mean, they can quite easily, you know, upgrade that and give us some different entrances, because obviously Ukes were making this game, and you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we kind of got some, you know, little references to some old wrestling games, but maybe that's for another discussion. And especially when, once again, it comes to the replayability and the longevity of this game, if executed upon correctly, it could easily make this game better than 2K. Consistent updates on top of a genuinely fun and addicting set of gameplay mechanics with a ton of future plans, I mean, yeah, sign me up. Another very elite thing that this game goes ahead and does is allow you to have 5 finisher slots and 5 signature slots. It's not referring to the amount of finishes you can store during a match, you know, with the usual 3 that we're used to. You can have literally 5 finishing move options and 5 signature move options, which is fantastic because 2K only allows you to have 2. And another thing that quite clearly AEW Fight Forever has shown off to all its glory so far that it certainly is doing a better job of is having all the damn weapons. I mean, I've already showed you, and you know, we've talked at length about the fact there is so many, an unhealthy amount of chaos you can cause in this game via the weapon. Or, you know, if you're feeling oppositely inclined, I don't know if that's an actual sentence, but if you're feeling the other way and you kind of want to do the opposite of chaos, you can fire extinguisher a flaming table and, you know, put the fire out. I'll be completely honest with you, and I really hate, you know, to kind of channel my inner cancel culture here, but if you go ahead and go around putting all those fires out, I take it as a bit of a personal offense, being Deonte Inferno. The more fires you people put out, racism. In fact, you know what? No, flameism. That's right. I can easily see this game adding in new weapons down the line too, since as we know, they're going to keep updating the game with new stuff, and they plan on this being their main squeeze for the next couple of years at minimum. It really does add a ton of longevity to this game, and it really has all the potential to be something akin to the way people are still playing Fire Pro. We haven't actually seen all the weapons yet. We know that the game has all the damn weapons, but Nyla Rose confirmed that there's like over 40 plus weapons, and that was a while ago when she said that, so there could be even more in the game right now. We've seen maybe like 10 to 15, and so there is already going to be a ton of weapons that we're going to be surprised to see, and that is a very great thing. But I think in the future, introducing new weapons with unique game mechanics and everything is really going to add to the creativity of this game. You could add in a car if you ever want to expand into a backstage area, you know, kind of like Here Comes the Pain. Don't worry, I know I said a couple videos ago that I've never played No Mercy, but I have played Here Comes the Pain quite a lot. Would any of you want to see me make a video playing No Mercy for the first time? Because I'm so down to do that before Fight Forever drops, just to see what all of you are talking about here, because you talk about it a lot. And clearly this game is arguably the greatest wrestling game of all time, so let's see if it can compete with... Nope, I'm not mentioning it. I can go one video without talking about This really does open up a whole new world of possibilities, one with the weapons that we haven't seen so far, and of course the future potential weapons that they could add. There's a ton of them. I could make a whole video about weapons you could add. Weapons, mechanics, vehicles, horses. The horse at the moment is only creating arena pop. God, I would love to ride in this game and just start I think it could be hilarious. But yeah, I really do think that this game has all the makings of being a game we're still talking about a decade from now. Kind of like I do with SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.